Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently heading on up to Cazzabius to get that taken right on back. And of course, we've also got Unok Prime here, which is currently in need of housing. Now, in order to solve that, I'm just going to put in an agriculture district. So that will be fine for now. Do we need anything going on in our civilian ships? Well, not for the moment. Where are you going? That is quite a route. Are you sure about that route? Hang on. Stop. And move. Why are you going this route? I guess maybe the storm would have slowed it down too much going this way, and this route is technically faster. Well, that'll definitely give us a chance to build up some influence, so maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. So that seems reasonably fine. We do have a fair amount of alloys right now, and I'd like to put that into reinforcing the tidal wave. That'll be a good thing. And of course, we're currently heading up to deal with these ancient mining drones. So we'll get there eventually, is the idea. Definitely in the category of eventually. So we should have no trouble handling that, and then hopefully, once these reinforcements arrive, we'll be in a good position. Well, we're definitely going to go repair at Torfree Star, and then the reinforcements will eventually show up, and then hopefully we'll be in a good position to clear out these, would be the idea.
Construction complete.
Okay, we finished up ceramo metal materials. That gives us ceramo metal armor. That's great. We absolutely want exotic gas extraction from here. That's a very big deal. We also just finished up in Vindemir, so we're going to build our mining stations here, and then we'll head up into Thabit. That's good. We also concluded this archaeological dig, or actually we're still working on it. Okay, that seems fine. So eventually, we will arrive up over here, right, in Cazzabius. That's going to be a little while yet. We're working on it. We're going as quick as we can. We've got a lot of work to do on our empire, building internally, no doubt about that. Like a whole lot of work to do on our empire. And we will get there. We are at 5.8k, so I want to... this world should be colonized. So we're going to colonize this with our Nimbus. There we go. And then I want to get another world terraforming. So this one would be fine, but that would cost 10,000. So let's try the other one here. Yeah, this one's cheaper. So we're going to make that be a continental world, which is apparently 100% habitability. We'll see what that ends up feeling like. Okay, we're on normal speed. We should bump that up to fast. I didn't realize we were still on normal. There we go. So we're at 2.2k unity right now. We have an astral action available, and that is gaining a quantum catapult insight, which we may as well do, I suppose. Sure, that seems fine. And then what I want to do is I do want to get this civic point spent, and that's pretty much going to be Ascensionists. 434... or 4,340, rather, is what that's going to require. And we can see if we go in here that we are indeed on Ascension Tier 1, and that is the cost to upgrade all of our planets to Ascension Tier 1. So basically, that gives us a free first level upgrade there, which is really nice. No doubt about that. So we're going to eliminate these guys. The Stormbound event chain is continuing. In the distance, DCN that's quite a name, witnessed the ominous ship appearing between the layers of the storm. As it floated by, we detected wild readings emanating from the cosmic tapestry. This finally provided an answer to why this ship could not be observed by our sensors. Its physical manifestation had been stretched beyond the manifold. Whatever that means, as if it had both entered and not entered a wormhole. It was likely due to the hyperdimensional origins of cosmic storms that the ship managed to return to our space. Knowing this, we should be able to detect the next occurrence, and perhaps pull this craft back to our reality. Disconcerting indeed. So, its physical manifestation had been stretched beyond the manifold is, quite the word salad. Okay. Well, we're going to eliminate these amoebas over here. I think these are, right? I think those are space amoebas. And we're going to head on back for repairs. Now, that's going to be here. I actually want it to be at Torfree Star. So we're going to head up there. And the reason I want it to be there is that's much closer to over here. Perfect. We can also reinforce this fleet. Looks like we ended up losing a Corvette. And that's fine.
Complete.
Let's get that going. So this mining world here, and we do want this to be a mining world, it is definitely in need of some expansion. We need a job here. We could definitely consider putting in an astrometeorology observatory, and that is what I'm going to do for now. We kind of want those
Research
on
complete.
every single world for the moment, so that is fine. We should be arriving in Cazzabius very shortly. And there's our farming subsidies and food processing. Ooh, Ministry of Production, yes please. We absolutely want to get that Ministry of Production online. So we've got this happening. We'll try to communicate with it. We gained 10,000 physics research out of it either way, so that looks good. And we will keep digging on the echoes inside. And also, oh, we're working on the rubricator here. Hang on, let's not do that. I'm going to bring these guys instead up over this way to come survey up here, because this needs to get done. Beautiful. So we're going to be landing on Cazzabius and taking this back soon enough. We're going to take some losses here, and that is absolutely understood. It's currently occupied by the deformed creatures, but we should be able to deal with those. We have a pending trait pick here, and army disengagement chance is pretty good. We're going to take that. Not that we're maxing out our front line here, so we kind of don't want armies to back or to
Situation log updated.
Right. The ominous ship has been sighted in Othriga. So is that indicating that there's something that we can do there? So Othriga is down over here. Yeah, we need a science ship down here. Okay, our nearest science ship is this one. Let's go research that right now. And then we're going to come back and excavate Izar when we're done. Cool. So that looks good. Implicated in a plot, the regime of main facility. I can't say I'm shocked about that. We also just got gamma lasers, and let's grab artisan output. That'll be wonderful for us. Hidden in plain sight? Yep, that seems fine. So this construction ship is currently idle here. We can't build around here because we don't have exotic gas extraction technology. I'm just going to wait for that. We're going to have that fairly soon. So yeah, 19 months on that. So it's going to be a bit of a wait, to be sure. We're going to be arriving down in Heka eventually. But for now, this looks reasonably fine. What do you got? They want bunk beds. For monthly society research. No, get out of here. We don't need bunk beds. That is fine. Let's check in on how Cazzabius is going. Okay, so we can see that we've definitely lost some forces here. No doubt about that. These guys are not affected by morale damage, and we are.
Construction complete.
So this might actually go poorly for us here. They're actually... Oh, they were hitting our backline unit. I would have preferred that they continue hitting the backline unit. I don't know if we can do this. We now have low morale, and we're fully disengaged at this point. It's going to be really close, but I don't think we can do it. No, we're going to have to retreat. So we retreated there, and we've got these two armies. They're going to be recovering. Actually, it went down to only one army? Okay. That's unfortunate for us, of course. These guys are going to replenish quite quickly, but they're at 17 health right now. We're going to need to bring in a few more. So that is fine. We're going to get another assault army here, and these assault armies appear to be roughly the same, but let's just get going on another round of them. We did eliminate 4 of their 5 armies, so that is a very, very big deal. Now, we've got the Tsunami fleet up over here, which is just finishing its repairs, and I want to come in and bombard here. Hallucinogen removal? Yes, we're going to shut that down. And where is that? So, hallucinogenic removal, let's do that. And we have enough to grab that civic point. So, I want to do Ascensionists. Perfect. So that means that all of our worlds should, at this point, in theory, be upgraded. Although, it might not do it retroactively. It might be new worlds get upgraded. Because it said at the beginning of the game, right? Wait, what? Why did our council reset? Oh, this is probably because we changed our civic. Okay, so this is going to be a head of research. This is going to be a prime forecaster. This is going to be a Grand Herald of Storms. This is going to be Minister of Defense. And then this one is currently locked. We're going to need to expand our council again. Okay. So our head researcher is probably going to be this guy, I think. Maybe not, actually. Might be better off as a prime forecaster. There we go. So the head of research is then going to be probably this person. The Grand Herald of Storms is definitely going to be... Let's see, where were you? Minerals from jobs? I mean, that's not ideal. But sure, you'll do. And then our Minister of Defense is going to be this guy. Okay, so that'll have to be re-expanded, and that's understood. It is a little sad that that didn't occur retroactively, but whatever. That's noted. None of those were particularly good anyway, so it's fine. Oh, idle leaders. Yeah, that's fine. I really don't care about the idle leadership right now. So the tidal wave is going to continue to be reinforced. We're going to have that done soon. And we're going to come in and bombard at Cazzabius. So there's our artisan output improving. We could take Guardian Point Defense here. I'm tempted to do that. That's exactly what we're going to do. So that seems fine. Let's check in on our construction ships here. The orbital bombardment of Cazzabius Prime has sparked our council to discuss how we should respond in the hypothetical scenario of a surrender. We would prohibit their surrender. Cool. So that seems good. We are bombarding at Cazzabius Prime at this time, and we need to take a look at what this is at. Okay, so I don't necessarily want these guys... Yeah, they're on selective. That seems perfect. I don't want to necessarily be bombarding tremendously fast. We just need to whittle them down a little bit so that these guys can come in and finish the job. Erratic planet-side behavior. Yeah, look into it. So we're going to research that. That looks good. And we do have that abandoned star platform out over here. Why don't we go research that and then come back to Chavash? By that time, we should be ready to go on that. So that sounds good. I would like to build a star base out over here. And the ISS Void Sailor is currently idle. So what do we want that to do? Well, we could certainly have it come out to Ulm and research this archaeological site. So that sounds good. That's already being researched, and we have an available leader trait, which is going to be our Grand Herald of Storms. So we're going to go with Statistician. Cool. Additional research speed is always good. So at this point, we're apparently 12 months away. Oh, Rage Virus Vaccine. Okay, cool. So we gained the technology vitality boosters. So that'll increase our leader lifespan by 10 years. I love it. So that's wonderful. I want to check in on this down here. Yes. Eat or be eaten. The salad has been found the galaxy's most delicious aliens indeed. That is correct. So now what I want to do is I want to head into Cazzabius Prime and just keep an eye on this situation, right? We see that they're down to 65%. I want to let that continue to bombard for a good long time.
Building a new home.
Excellent.
Special project complete.
So these terraformations are continuing. We can get another one going fairly soon. And the question is, when do we want to do that? And where? Ariga would be a pretty decent one. That'll cost 5,000, but we can sell off some consumer goods and have enough to be able to do that right now. So let's just go ahead and go for like a tropical world here. I'm a little concerned about making these continental worlds, which is saying it's going to be 100% habitability, but for whom? Okay, so we've gotten some greetings here. Do you need help? We'll ask that. That'll be fine. And up here in Cazzabius, we should have this bombardment be finishing up fairly soon. So we can see they're down to 30%, and that's going to continue to tick down. They're down to 17, now 16. Keep in mind, these guys, they don't have morale damage. So I want to wait until we're at like 5 or so in terms of health before we drop on here. We're currently at 12. Cool. Now we're at 10, 8, 7, 6. Let's go. So So in we go.
Planetary invasion.
And there we go. We have liberated the world. Excellent. So these guys, they're going to head back victorious to Radar Central. And pops are declining on Cazzabius Prime due to excessive overcrowding. That will probably no longer be the case once this updates. We've got plenty of housing there. This is mostly due to, well, there's a little bit of devastation there. That's not actually the main reason that's happening, I don't think. Let's bring these guys right on over to Arai. And the question is, when is this going to arrive? Next year. Slightly under a year. Okay. That's fine. I don't think we need that, necessarily. So the ISS Bluefin is idling in Heka at this moment. Let's build our starbase there.
Research complete.
And that will be wonderful. So we just finished exotic gas extraction, and we can grab increased habitability. We could grab metallurgist output. Both of those would be amazing. For the time being, I'm going to take the metallurgist output, but I would like to have both. And then once we're done here in Theram, we're going to head back to Chavash, and then probably head up to Arras as well, would be the idea. So that seems absolutely fine for right now. We've got a lot of space to fill in here. We are upset at them for this. You know, I was mildly irritated about this. This is just rude. There's no way around it. It's just tremendously rude. The ISS Bluefin has finished up in Thabit. We're going to build our mining stations there, and then I think we should head up to Astinda and grab these 2 exotic gases.
Construction complete.
That will, of course, allow us to get rid of our purchase order, which would be good. So that is excellent. We are full on astral threads, and we should probably do something about that. I think a physics insight is probably the way to go. So that looks good. A solar battery just for us, huh?
Special project
Excellent.
complete.
So that'll be fine. That is actually a really good place to build a Dyson swarm. And we're certainly going to do that eventually. It'll take us a while to get to the point where we're ready to
System survey complete.
No doubt about that. But let's grab Heka and its resources, and we can see that we require things on this colony, which isn't surprising. It's completely empty. And we're going to need to put in a gene clinic here. And I'm also going to put in a city district for now. We'll decide how we want to specialize that a little later on. We are going to need housing, so let's put in a generator district here. It's housing even with its jobs, so we're not going to get a surplus of housing, but that is absolutely fine for right now. We do have a relic activation possible. We could spawn pops from an extinct species on one of our planets, which is actually an interesting thing to do. Let's put it on Targon Prime. Okay, and then we're also going to do Religious Revelation Proclamation, and that is going to boost our Unity back up. So that seems wonderful. So on Targon Prime, which is our factory world, we can make another structure here. I would love to put in a Ministry of Production. Have we finished that tech yet? No, we're 5 months away on that. Okay. To that end, I'm going to put in the Alloy Megaforges and the Civilian Fabricators. Okay. So we ran into a mining core out in Alphard again.
System survey complete.
That's interesting for sure. We've cleared that out a couple of times. Let's go ahead and reinforce this fleet again. How are we doing on that anyway? We are... where is it? Here's our shipyard. We're making a single cruiser? Okay. So we're a ways away yet on that. Intriguing indeed. Okay, so this science ship is doing nothing because it was intended to survey out here. I'm actually going to disband it. I feel like we have too many survey ships, or rather science ships, at this point. So that is fine. We also have 5.3k, and I'm interested in perhaps terraforming this over into being a continental world. Seems fine. So then we've got this generator world up over here, which is currently in need of a job. It's maxed out on its generator district for now. So I'm going to put in an alloy foundry. That'll be fine. I would definitely like to increase our number of alloy productions, so that would be a good thing. Cool. What else do we need here? Well, for now, everything is kind of just in progress, and we've got a lot of irons in the fire right now. We're going to get incredibly strong, but I want to come in here and attack these guys. Now, this might be a little dangerous. we'll see how much they work together and how
Research
quickly
complete.
we can eliminate them.
Construction complete.
This is a lot of, what are these, space amoebas? Yeah, it's a lot of space amoebas. There's our Ministry of Production ready to be built. That's huge. From here, we could take, like, Arassian naval yards, which is actually a pretty good thing to research. Let's do that. That seems wonderful. Okay, so the breeding grounds. Battle stations indeed. So I'd like to specifically come down here, not over here for now. I want to fight these relatively separately, and it looks like we're going to be allowed to do so. So we're going to come down here and fight this group of
Battle
amoebas
commenced.
first. Excellent. So they were eliminated with no real problem. We did end up losing a Corvette here. We can go ahead and queue that up. And then we can come up here because we're going to intercept this group of amoebas. Excellent.
Anomaly found.
Yeah, go ahead and research that. Now I'm watching the patrol pattern over here. This
Battle
is a bad
commenced.
time to go to the star.
Council agenda.
There we go. Those guys are eliminated. Our council agenda is ready, so we're going to launch this agenda, and then we should probably expand the council. So we're going to go ahead and run that. Next, I'm keeping an eye on this situation out over here and trying to determine when the best time would be to go into the star here. For now, these are coming out this way. But I'm thinking we might be able to catch this force separately. Yeah, it looks like we're going to. Beautiful. So no problem there. Of course, this would be much worse if these guys were working together, but they are not. So we're just going to eliminate all of these space amoebas. That looks fine. You want to give us new mystic visualization. We've already had that for quite a long time. This elaborate laboratory is continuing, of course, and that seems fine. We do have some idling construction ships. So our ship in Heka can head up to Wumjium, and our ship in Chavash is going to build the mining stations here and then head up and build the mining stations in Arras for now. That'll keep it busy for a good long time. So out over here, we're going to catch this unit of space amoebas. No problem there. We were able to fight these guys very separately, and so that's fantastic. We are losing a few Corvettes here and there,
Construction
but let's
complete.
just wrap this up. This will be the toughest of the battles, and we will take some losses here. But we shouldn't have any problem eliminating them.
Council agenda available.
Fantastic. So that looks good, and now I want to move these guys back to Radar Central. It's going to take them a while to get there, and that's understood. We're going to continue to reinforce these ships here. It's going to take some time to get that all done too. This construction ship is idle up in Ostinda. That's okay. We're going to go take Dermius, but we are currently lacking some alloys for that. Up is down. Okay. Sounds good. So the Tsunami Fleet definitely took a few losses with that, but we cleared out the Emer Alveo system, which is great. We also just finished up this archaeological site, and yeah, that was the same notification. Okay, so we're down here in Ebluk, and that seems okay. Where else would we be interested in sciencing? Well, for the moment we're in Izar. We could head to Hadar. We could research this anomaly, and then excavate the site in Hadar. That'll be fine. Now, this agro world requires both a job and a housing, and you know what that means. An agriculture district. We've got this forge world here that needs a job, and this should absolutely, if we can, build a Ministry of Production, but that requires a planetary capital. So we can't do that yet. Instead, I'm going to put in a civilian industry. Cool. That seems fine for now. We also have this Astral Rift event pending. We've finished exploring this Astral Rift. Cool.
New frontiers established.
And we have a new Astral action available, Dimensional Lock. Okay, that seems fine. Let's take Astral Boost for right now. And we finished Ceramo Metal Alloys. Wonderful. What do we want to take next? Mining station output? Star Fortresses? I think mining station output. Wonderful. A mysterious transmission, huh? From beyond the rift itself. Attune with the planes. We will find you. Okay. Well, that seems fine. We will do that
System
eventually.
survey complete.
So we're up in Dermius right now. I want to build this starbase. That'll be fine. And we've finished up this archaeological site. So army collateral damage and army damage plus 50% is huge. But also, 8 of each research in perpetuity is the other option. We're not planning on being very aggressive. So I'm going to take the science for sure. No doubt about that. So we're done here. And that pretty much means that we want to go up to Eunuch to excavate. So that'll be fine. Excellent. Economically, we're in a pretty good spot here. Now, we've got this mining world, which is not really necessarily a mining world. We don't need this to be anything in particular, do we? So for right now, I'm going to put in an astrometeorology observatory, and we'll decide what we want this world to be a little bit later on. It's not really a mining world yet. It's really more of a colony at this point. So that is fine. Our tsunami fleet, I want to continue to work on reinforcing, which we can do. We're going to be lacking a destroyer as well as a bunch of corvettes here.
Construction
And we'll
complete.
get those made over time. So the Bluefin has finished up in Wumgium, and we're going to build the mining and research stations there. And then from there, I'd like to go over to Enderlang, but this is going to be very expensive because we're going to be jumping chores
Construction
compass.
complete.
So the question is, do we want to do this right now? Well, for now, we can at least move to Enderlang. That'll be okay. This construction ship is idle, and we're going to build the mining and research stations there, and then we're going to head into Riak. So that seems great. And I do want to continue...
Spaceborne life form encounter.
Okay, we have ancient mining drones here as well. That's noted. So this fleet is not fully built up yet. What do we need to fully rebuild our fleets? This is not helpful. I wish this told us exactly what we needed to do to do this. There is a way that we could do that. It's a slightly cheaty way, but I'm going to immediately revert it. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to say we've got 378 alloys right now. So I'm going to add in like 5,000 alloys. There we go. And we can see now that this is 2865 alloys that we need. Now I'm going to immediately revert it and remove those out. Right, we can't do it that way. I keep forgetting that you can't do it that way. We need to go down to 378 using this tiny thing. And that's going to be awkward. I might undershoot it a little bit. We'll see. Let's see, that's 318. I wish you could click here and type it. 378 is the correct number, but it's going between 212. Let me adjust the DPI on my mouse. 318. This is short 60, which is basically 1 month. I'm going to call that good enough. Okay, so now we know that we need like 2,800 alloys to get our fleets fully built up. So that's good to know. That's not fantastic, but it'll do. Okay, so this tech world here, we certainly want to build, I mean, we would want to build a research institute on here if this was a couple of patches ago, but that's now empire-wide. So we probably want to put an astral siphon on here. An electric storm has been detected, being named as a hypercane. Okay, and we've got this factory world here where I absolutely do want to put in a Ministry of Production. Done. So that'll be fine for now. And it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on clearing out some of these drones in some of these locations. And eventually, we're going to take care of that Tianki matriarch, but that's going to be a while. Same with the Guardians of Zanam. We'll get there eventually. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.